more by 6 p.m. Most places we can get it overnight. There's some areas that's kind of like out in the boondocks or depending if they're away from the airport and then transportation.
Take it out of the system, See, where was it headed to? Yeah, see, because I'm looking in the when you have a river going tracking number like that, the first number is which way it's going to the I'm trying to think of what would happen if it wasn't voided and we tried to still send it down the line and scan it, you know. Let me try looking up on this computer. I'm trying to look up on the computer. Because it's not showing up on the
How can I help you? Yes, my name is Miss Pate. I came here yesterday to ask to speak to a manager or supervisor. I visit here on the 14th, around 12:18 p.m. I have a complaint code, which is my case number, I guess, for the UPS Post Office Service. The gentleman.
The case number? That's what that is, a case number?
Yeah, you want it?
Okay. No, not yet.
Okay.
What's going on?
The gentleman, his name is Troy.
Who?
Troy?
Troy?
Yes.
Who's Troy?
He works here?
No, we don't have a Troy.
Roy?
Roy. Okay.
It says clerk 04
Okay.
on my receipt. On the 14th I came. I had a whole bunch of mail that needed to go out, that I needed to reach somewhere before the 21st.
Okay.
So he took some of my mail that already had stamps on it.
Okay.
And then I had some that needed to have stamps on it. So
Okay.
he sold me the stamps because he didn't want to put on the letter. So I stepped to the side, put the stuff on the letter.
Yeah, well, you're supposed to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, long story short, and I came back to try to give it to him. And then he said, we don't do all that.
What do you mean do all what?
Like put the postal stamp as the circle stamp on it, to stamp it
Okay.
on there to show the post dated stamp.
Okay.
He wanted me to drop it in a Dropbox.
Okay.
I didn't want to drop it in Dropbox. So I proceeded to ask him what's wrong with him. You know, like, why is he so upset? I haven't done anything to him. And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, you're acting, your body language, your tone,
Okay.
you know, the way you talking to me. He's like, you don't know me to say anything that's what's wrong with me. I'll say, well, I know that you're not treating me right now. And I haven't did anything to you, and you're
Okay.
being rude. So a couple days afterwards, that same day I spoke with Lois, which was a Hispanic guy.
Mm-hmm.
I asked him, what's the rule? Do they not take the mail when a customer asks to have it stamped?
Well, yeah, he's supposed to stamp that. He
Would
should
you
have stamped
stamp it?
that, yes.
So in the midst of the process, while Mr. Lewis was stamping my letters, he turned around while he was helping another customer and stated, oh, we don't do all that here, just because we don't do all that here. And then Mr. Lewis said, we do that if you ask.
Right.
You have a right to have
Right.
that done.
Right.
So then he proceeded to go back and forth with Mr. Lewis, which was the Hispanic
Yes.
manager, and he's no longer here. I'm aware of
No,
that.
he's here.
Oh, so when I came yesterday,
He wasn't here yesterday. He was at another station, but
They
he's back
told me-
today. He's back today.
so what they told me
What?
yesterday was he moved to a new location.
No, he was there for about a week and a half, almost a week and a half, something like that.
So I came here yesterday and I spoke with.
Yeah, he
Okay.
wasn't here yesterday.
So they told me he was no longer the manager.
He's a supervisor.
Yeah, the supervisor. They told me he was no longer the supervisor here for this place.
No, he wasn't here yesterday because they
I
can
get-
move. No, they move him intermittently. They can move him again tomorrow for another week and a half somewhere. So,
Need any insurance?
if he's at that station, he'll be the supervisor there.
Mhm.
So that's what they meant by that.
Okay, but that was not the wording they used though.
Okay, well then that's just communication issues.
Okay, so turn around. I get all my mail back, return to sender.
Okay.
So my postal person that delivered the mail, it's a lady. I said, what does the yellow tape mean? It didn't go to Philadelphia that quick. She said the post office here returned it back. Yes,
We don't do that.
It was
Ma'am, we don't have these to put on there.
listen, ma'am, my stuff was put in the returner sender box.
No, that's not true.
Okay, so
That's
how
not
did I
true.
get all my mail back?
Ma'am,
And
'cause
why
we
did I
don't
get all my
even
mail
have
back?
these labels. That wouldn't have happened. All that mail would have gone out that day. We have no control over this.
So you telling me that when they got my mail, they didn't put it in the return sender
No,
box?
they did not put it in a return to sender box.
So you telling me that this address is no good?
Ma'am, I don't know anything about that address. I'm letting you know that this said, Nixie, when it says return to sender, it means it cannot be delivered to that address. We can't do that. Even if we put a return to sender, it still wouldn't have come up with that. We
Okay,
couldn't
so
have done that.
I went to UPS, had to certify my mail
Okay.
with no issue, no problem.
Okay.
The address is legit.
Okay.
The address exists.
Right.
The company
Okay.
exists.
I'm not sure why USPS did that, ma'am. He would have had no control of doing that.
All my mail I brought in here was turned back to me.
Every single piece.
Every single piece of my mail, over 12 letters.
Do you have all those letters?
I had to take those letters to go to UPS and mail off
Do you have
because
all those letters so I can see them?
I have the receipt that I paid. I have the
No, but I
receipt.
need to see them in this form.
No, but I have pictures of each one of my letters. Because before I mailed it off to UPS and I made a claim, somebody from the office called me from the big office and told me just to take a picture of them. So I
that
took
would have
them.
been Ramika, another supervisor here that called you.
She didn't call me from here. It came from a 1-800 number. But however, because I had already made a complaint, and the
Right.
complaint office
Right.
called me back and said that make sure I take pictures before I mail it off because I had a deadline that my paperwork had to reach that
Right.
place before the 21st.
Right.
That's why I came in on the 14th
Right.
to do my paperwork. But however, I had an issue that day. And how all of something I have an issue, and then you put all my mail in the return sender box, and all my mail come back to me over 12 letters.
Yeah, he would have lost his job if he had done that. And there's
Well,
cameras.
Someone did it, but
wouldn't have done
I made a complaint to the general.
Okay. The general postmaster?
Yep, I made a
Okay.
complaint to that because
Okay.
I have never had this happen. All my mail, I come in here, I have an issue with the gentleman, and then
Right.
all of something,
I'm sorry?
You need it overnight?
the driver told me that this post office
They don't
never.
know. They
Well,
don't
why
know.
would she tell me that?
The driver, the carriers don't know
What?
the rules and regulations that happen behind here. They don't know that.
So she just made that up. So she
No,
just,
she probably thought that.
because she was very adamant about it.
Okay,
that
but she doesn't know exactly what would have happened that day.
Okay, so well, she told me that
Okay.
my mail came back from the postal office here, that it never went out nowhere.
Okay, she doesn't know that though. Because it had to have, because it's got those on there. So I don't know why she would say that.
This is clearly just a return to sender. This is what this label is, a return to sender.
Okay, so what I need all of these that have those labels on there. All the ones that you mailed along with your receipt, I need all of these so that I can see all of them. That's what I'm gonna need to move forward.
It's gonna ask if there's anything.
What do you mean?
You have these,
I had to
you should
mail-
have all the other ones.
I kept
Couldn't
these
mail them with the
envelopes.
labels.
I couldn't, listen. So I have a tracking on my phone that shows me everything that comes from the U.S. Post Office.
Right.
So when I pull my picture up and I log into my account, it shows each letter by letter, how many letters I had
Right.
that day
Right.
that was returned back to me on the 23rd
Okay,
in my account.
okay,
Over 12 letters that was returned back to me
okay.
from the post office that the lady put in my account. I mean, that put in my box.
Okay.
I didn't come back up here and get it. I didn't put a yellow tape on this. I didn't ask for this happen. That is tampering with someone's mail. That is a federal offense charge.
Ma'am, he would not have put that in the return to sender. He would not have. He would lose his job for that.
So why just all my mail?
I can't answer that because
So
I'm only
could you-
looking at 3 pieces.
All right, so could you see if the address is legit?
Ma'am, I don't have a way of doing that in here. It would be the post office there.
Oh, so you don't
especially
have a
with
way
the
where-
PO box, I can't look that up.
Oh, so you telling me that you don't have a way where you put it in the system and then
I
they
can
put the
Google
zip
it,
code
but
and they
no,
put the little
this
zip code
is-
in
no.
and it pulls up?
Ma'am, I'm gonna let you deal with Lewis. Let me see when he gets back, please.
Yeah, I'm glad I got this. I needed this. So I'm at the Postal Service. This is a manager I'm speaking with. She's trying to justify the problem that all my mail was shipped back to me with Return Center.
Did you say you'd like your receipt?
And I would have recommended that anyway, because I've worked there for 3 years and you don't want to confuse that system. I'll let her know that you work.
Well, she's coming back up.
Happy? If it's at this office, no, you're okay. That's only if you're putting this for a different post office, and then you drop it everything.
I see, yeah. All right, you have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Oregon.
Oh,
I know. My son is watching this there, and I know it's hot.
And
And I know there's a lot of
well, what about forest fires? Do you have one?
yeah, but you know what? They have good air quality. Yeah, where they live, good air quality, they check.